Good day, merry meet. My name is Glennis and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I have brought you guys out here because I wanted to share with you setting up my ancestral altar for Samhain. Now, to me, this is a way not only of connecting. I always stay connected with my ancestors, and there's some that are very, very close to me because for me, they are always around me. But, oh, I hear thunder. Oh, isn't life grand? But anyway, I apologize. I get so excited. Thunder and lightning and energy. But bring it down a notch. I'm feeling particularly witchy, but I love to honor them, connect with them. That yes, they are always, always around us. And I heard very loud and clear. But the first thing I did, as you guys know, I make my own Florida water. I wiped everything absolutely totally down, and I really didn't think you guys wanted to watch me clean. And even underneath, and I make my own, I'm trying to work from a table here, sorry guys. I make my own ancestral oil, and I have that here. The first thing I do is to bring the energy up into my hands, and I anoint myself, and then my area here. Now, as far as an altar cloth, gosh, there's several ways for you to go. And I'm choosing a very, very simple way. I'm using white, and a lot of people have said white for them symbolizes purity. And I do understand that logic, but to me, white means the spirits are attracted to you, which is why often, not always, but often you will see hoodoo workers wearing white on their heads, and white, that is to attract spirits to you. So not only have I chosen something that is white, but I have chosen something that my grandmother crocheted. I have a lot of her things here. And here, which is another reason why I chose the spot, is because her typewriter has been here, and she had this, of course, many years ago, and I have it now. I don't use it, but I have it now, and so I know that this is something that she had a connection with, a deep connection with. For those of you who don't know, my grandmother, as far as being an ancestral altar, my grandmother in her time was a genealogist. She did genealogy for the Daughters of the American Revolution, Sons of Confederate Soldiers. She did genealogy work for the different various Mardi Gras organizations. She was the editor of the Deep South Genealogical Quarterly for over 20 years. She and my mother wrote many, many books, and my grandmother is the one person who you would find, sometimes with her husband, most of the time by herself, tracing through cemeteries, writing everyone's name down, birthdays, dates of death, married, and putting family genealogies together like that. Coming back, and she and my mother would write books, and those are the books that you find out in the libraries if you want, a specific family name, things like that. She spent countless hours, I'm sure, at the library going through newspaper microfiches from many, many years ago, old phone books. I mean, she had so many resources that today we're like, you would go through all those books? Well, that was what they had then. This was before the internet, before Ancestry.com. So I have a great appreciation not only for the work that she did, but for my ancestry. And she did leave as much information with me as humanly what she had at her hands, but I have been able to take it much, much further and way farther back. And so for me, my ancestors mean so, so much to me. But I'm sure she spent countless, countless hours with this typewriter. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm putting it here. I always put the elements there. And so for the earth, I am using a beautiful, beautiful crystal here. And it, although it's polished on two sides, it is rough, or I apologize, three sides. It is rough on the others. So I've got the best of both worlds here, and I will put that here. For air, of course, you can burn incense if you like. I've chosen a feather, and for this feather is going to do double. This is a turkey feather, is doing double duty for me. So, and it means something very, very special to me. But this will be my element of air, and of course, for the element of fire. I can't believe, oh, I was going to say I've lost it again. For the element of fire, of course, fire. I will have here. And my element, of course, water. I will also, with my crystal here, I'm going to add a rough black tourmaline to repel any kind of negativity that of course I don't expect any kind of negativity to come into the house, but you never know when you go out and you come back. You don't know what you're going to be bringing with you, and you know you may inadvertently bring something in with you. So I'm placing a beautiful black tourmaline with this. What I have here, and one of the things that I have here, I'm actually going to put her photo here and my grandfather's photo here. My grandmother is actually one of the few ancestors that I actually knew that has not come back to me on a personal way after they've passed. So I always hope that she will find a way, and maybe she has, and I just haven't picked up on it. I don't know. But one of the ways that I'm going to honor her and my grandfather is I have a copy. No, this isn't a copy. I'm sorry. This is the original marriage certificate. And I've had it framed, and I've had it actually on my sideboard. But I'm going to put this back here to honor them and their lengthy marriage that they had and the happiness that they shared. And as a nod, another nod to her love and my love of genealogy. And I think you guys have seen this key before. This key, oh my goodness, was in her possession for a very, very long time, and somehow it's just one of those things that made its way to me. And this is a key to a very old cemetery, believe it or not. This is the key to the gates of a very old cemetery. That, now why she didn't return it, I don't know, but I'm going to be placing this here for her. I'm going to be putting her photo here. This is her and my grandfather, of course, many, many years ago. I'm going to place this here. And I have another photo. Excuse me. This is my grandfather, and I believe his dad too. And I was very, very close to them. And this is another photo of my grandmother. I'm hoping that it's going to stand up. I'm hoping that it will. And what I have here, excuse my reach here, I have a couple of her, what she called, I have a couple of her ear bobs. These are very, very vintage. A couple of ear bobs. And I'm going to place these here for her. And I have a multitude of hankies that somehow got left behind. I'm going to leave one of her hankies here. And I'm going to light another candle. It's, of course, white, but for her love of flowers. She absolutely loved, like every Southern lady, she loved flowers. So I'm going to be placing this here for her. And again, as another nod to our genealogy, this is our family tartan. And we'll just place this over here. And I don't really think that you guys can see this, but this was my grandfather's. This is an old smoking stand. And as you can see, it has a ship's wheel here. He was, and I'm going to place this over here. I don't have the ashtray here any longer. It didn't come with an ashtray, but the reason it has a ship's wheel is because he was a harbor pilot in the area that we lived in. So, as many of his family had been pilots and ship's captains and things like that. So, but this is just a very, very small way of honoring them, and you know, you can maybe do a prayer thanking them for their guidance. I thank you for guidance and protection in my path, in my life. I respect and honor you in every way. I want to honor and thank all of my ancestors, known and unknown to me. And I hope that you will continue to guide me and bless me in my life. And every day when I come in from work, I will absolutely stop and say a little prayer and thank them, light their candles, and maybe, now my grandmother absolutely loved pound cake, so I probably will bake a little bit of a pound cake, present a small piece of pound cake. And my grandfather did smoke a little bit. Now towards the end of his life he didn't, but he was known to smoke a pipe. And so I may very well, I don't know, I may very well go out and buy some pipe tobacco and present it here in a, you know, to where my pets can't get to it, but and you know, do that every day and make that connection every day. But this is basically what I see every night before I close my eyes and go to sleep. I thank them for everything that they did for me, and I hope that you will honor one of your ancestors this Samhain. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.